Now we've prepped our Drupal 6 site for the upgrade process. We've made sure that we've logged in as user 1. We've set the site to maintenance mode. We've made sure that we're up to the latest version of Drupal 6. We've also confirmed that all of our modules are up to their latest version. So we're going to go back to our upgrade.txt file found in the root directory of Drupal 7. And the next step, after making sure we're using the Garland theme, is number 7 here. We're going to disable every module on the site that is not a core module. All core required and core optionals, we're going to leave them as they are, but we are going to disable everything else. The instructions note here that some of the modules, we may not be able to disable them at this time because other modules depend on them. So we're going to simply go through the process several times until we've disabled the modules that need them, and then therefore disable subsequent modules based on dependencies. We'll take a look at exactly what this means. Let's go to Site Building and Modules. Here, of course, we have all of the modules installed on the site, whether they are enabled or not. And once again, we're just simply going to disable everything that's not part of core. So here we go. Administration menu. We're going to enable all of CCK. Here's an example of a module that we cannot disable at this time because it is required by other modules that are currently enabled. So we'll have to come back to that one. So we're going to go down CCK and disable everything that we can. There's Chaos Tools Suite, disable everything that we can. Here's core. We're going to leave this alone because they are core modules. The core required modules, of course, we're going to leave those alone as well. Here we are to the date time module. I'm going to start disabling again. Other, we're going to disable everything under here that we can. Same with panels and views. And save our configuration. Now we're going to go back through all the modules and disable the ones that we can disable now. There will still be some that we can't disable at this time. The content part of the CCK module, we still cannot disable that, so we'll have to come back to it on yet another pass. But we'll disable these that we can now disable. Leave core alone. Date time, we can now disable date. We can get rid of token now. And save configuration. And let's go through it again. CCK, now we can get rid of content and Chaos Tools. Leave core alone. Date time, we're going to get rid of date time zone. Everything else is disabled. This will likely be the last pass we have to take. Let's go through and see. Everything's disabled on CCK and administration menu. Chaos Tools Suite, everything's gone. Core, once again, we're leaving alone. Date time, we've gotten rid of date API. And that should be it. Let's save our configuration and just check it out one more time to make sure we didn't leave anything. Administration menu is disabled. Every part of CCK is disabled. Every part of Chaos Tools Suite is disabled. Core, once again, we're leaving alone. Date time is completely disabled. All of the other modules are disabled. Same with panels and views, and we're ready to go now. So with all of those disabled, let's go back to our upgrade.txt file. Now there is a note on step 7 here that tells us that if we absolutely know that we will not re-enable some modules for Drupal 7, and we're not going to need them in any way whatsoever, we can uninstall them. We would do this by going, notice we don't have our administration menu bar anymore because that was provided by a module. Notice if we go to Administer, Site Building, Modules, we can click on the Uninstall tab and outright get rid of modules this way. I don't really recommend doing this. Even if you're 100% sure that there's a module here that you're not going to need in any way whatsoever, I still personally would not remove it. If something does go wrong, that's going to be a very difficult problem to fix. Whereas it doesn't really hurt anything to leave a module here that's not supported in Drupal 7 or that you're not going to be using in Drupal 7, because Drupal 7 simply won't let you use the module in that case. So I find it safer just to leave everything as it is. We're going to go back to the upgrade.txt file and look at step number 8 now. Now that we've disabled everything besides the core modules, we're going to remove the file default.settings.php in the site's default directory. So, regardless of whether you're in cPanel or using a local setup, simply navigate to your site's directory. Again, if you're on a live site, this will likely be public HTML. Wherever your site's located, we're going to find, here's the Drupal root directory. We're going to find our sites folder, then the default folder under that. Here's default.settings.php. We're going to delete this. Now with that done, it's time to remove all old core files and directories. The exception here is the sites directory, as well as any custom files we've added elsewhere. We'll take a look back at this in a second. Also notice that if you've made modifications to files like .htaccess or robots.txt, you'll need to reapply them after your backup. So we're not preserving our htaccess and robots files, but we probably do want to save those, especially if you've made any custom modifications to them, so that we can place those custom directives in the new .htaccess and robots.txt files. These are both found in Drupal's root directory. We'll go back here, and we see robots.txt here. We don't see .htaccess in my window here. That's simply an OS X thing. It's a hidden file and it's not showing it, but it is there and we could access it through the command line if we wanted to. Just keep in mind, if you've made any modifications to .htaccess or robots.txt, it's probably a good idea just to download it to a safe location. In my case, I can simply copy it and I'll paste it to the desktop. But the main part of what we're doing now is removing all old core files and directories. This can be a little scary, I realize, because basically you're deleting your website. But that's alright, because that's exactly what we're supposed to do. And because we have a backup, which, if you haven't backed up your site now, you should have, but now is definitely the time to back up your site if you have not done so already. You can simply copy your Drupal folder that contains your entire site, download it somewhere safe, copy it somewhere safe, make sure you have a backup of your database. Now it's time to remove everything from this root folder of Drupal except for sites and any custom files or folders that you've placed that may be in use. Most Drupal sites will not have these, but sometimes you may have a folder that you had to create for whatever reason that contains custom files for your website. Anything that you've created to customize your site, you obviously need to keep that as well. In general, sites is the directory that contains all of the files that are specific to your website, such as the modules and themes you're using, such as the custom and contributed modules and themes you're using, any images that have been uploaded to use in content or other parts of the site, your settings file, which includes your database access information. We want to leave sites alone. But we're going to go ahead and remove everything else, assuming we don't have any custom directories that we need to save, in which case you would just make sure not to trash those. And now everything's gone, besides, of course, our sites directory. Let's go back to our instructions now. If you uninstalled any modules, remove them from the site's all modules and other sites anything modules directory. Leave other modules in place. We haven't uninstalled anything. We're going to leave everything else in place. So even though we've disabled all of the modules, we see in sites all modules, we still have all of the custom modules that we installed in the first place. We're going to leave these as they are. Next step is to download the latest Drupal 7.x release from Drupal.org. We've already done that. I've got it right here on my desktop. If you haven't downloaded it yet, go ahead and do that. Then we're going to extract the archive and copy the files into your Drupal directory. In other words, we're going to copy them right here where our sites directory is currently sitting all alone. Again, on most live web servers, this will be the public HTML folder. Wherever your Drupal site was before, you're copying the new Drupal site there now. For me, I'm going to go to the desktop and I'm going to grab everything except for, you guessed it, sites. And I'm going to copy these items into my Drupal directory or public HTML. If you're using cPanel or anything like that, of course, you'll be uploading these files rather than just simply copying them. And now with that complete, we still have a ways to go, but technically speaking, we've replaced our Drupal 6 site with Drupal 7.